Episode of I'm Rich, You're Poor, we have got our holiday ice. So not only do we have enough money, time and a giant freezer to make flavoured ice, we've now got enough space, enough giant freezer to make Christmas flavoured ice. Why? Because we're not poor like you. Come and watch me showcase my personality, Hermes, by unboxing Hermes. This is the 15th video I've made unboxing Hermes, but you can never get too much Hermes. But you can't because you're poor. Look at my walk-in bedding closet. Yes, I got an architect to build me an entire closet dedicated to my bedding needs. Your spare bedding is on your bed. You can only afford one. €1,200 a night for two people. Good grief. Afternoon tea like Mario Internet. For that price, you'd expect Mario Internet to actually serve it you yourself. We've now spent all the money in the world on everything else that we've decided to waste our money buying expensive Ben & Jerry's ice cream locks. This is to stop poor people from breaking in and eating our ice cream.
Now that is Shahbaz Ali, who provides a deadpan, humorous reality check on ridiculous displays of affluence on social media. His I'm Rich, You're Poor posts is rocking both Instagram, TikTok and all the platforms. It's not something you'd expect from a chemistry teacher from Blackburn in England, so I asked him how he came up with the idea.
Genuinely, I just started to make videos from bed because that's what everybody was doing. I mean, well, that's what everyone was doing when they were watching it. And I just got sick of seeing rich people boast about their lives. And I thought, and it was really started from an ice cube tray. So it was a woman who was like putting ice cube trays and she was talking so like the way she was doing it, she was talking about, everyone should have these ice cubes and you should have different flavors. And I thought, well, hold on. I don't think anyone who's poor would have time to make that many ice cubes. And then it just blew up from there. And now I get tagged in so many videos.
It does seem that ice cubes and the shape of ice cubes and however many ice cubes is now the standard and the measure of wealth. Is that right?
100%. 100%. I think the more opulent your ice cubes look, the more richer you are. Like the more roses and the more flowers there are in the ice cubes, the richer you are.
No, Shahbaz, you're not actually making fun of these wealthy people, are you? Well, to a certain extent you are, but you're not anti-rich, are you? What exactly are you trying to do with the feed?
The thing is, it's never been about criticizing rich people because there's a lot of really hardworking people who have worked from the bottom to get to where they are. It's those influencer type people that are out there talking about it's overindulgence. I think that's the problem, isn't it? It's the idea that I need to show off every single item. I need to give you a price tag. I need to tell you exactly how much it costs, how many holidays I've been on. Just what we're so used to seeing on social media. I think everyone's just sick of seeing it now.
Yeah, and the unboxing of the many, many Hermes boxes, that it is infuriating. Yeah. You have over 1 million followers on TikTok, over 1 million followers on Instagram as well. You're everywhere on social media. What do you think it is about your content that strikes a chord with many people?
I think, to be fair, I think it's just because we've all seen this for so long. I think social media has been around now, 10, 15 years, and we've just been so bombarded with these images. I think we've come to a point where we're all just so sick of it. There's very few people that were born into these, billionaire lifestyles, the Kim Kardashians of the world, and it's not relatable, it's not attainable, and people are aspiring for that, and they're working day and night to aspire to an unrealistic image. Have money, work hard, and be able to buy these things, but overindulging and the fakeness that is on the internet is not achievable by these young people. So yeah, it's really difficult to be a teacher and see this and not realize that it's not the truth.
Yeah. Listen, we can't ignore the fact that we're talking to you during coronation weekend, of course. Yeah. And this would be fantastic content, I think, for I'm Rich, You're Poor. What are your thoughts about the coronation?
100%. The real message is this idea that there are 4 million children that are in poverty, food poverty, basic necessities for young girls they can't afford. The country is in such crisis with food and just being able to afford the cost of living, and yet we've got a king who's now spent 200 million to put a crown on his head, and 200 million of our money. If he had spent it from his own, I'd celebrate him and I'd be like, well done, congratulations. But to know that we funded it, it's just really hard and doesn't sit right with me. I'm not anti-monarchy. I'm not anti, anything like that. It's just the idea that we're footing the bill for this person who is so out of touch with his people. If the king is supposed to represent his people are suffering. His people can't afford basic necessities, and parading around in a gold carriage, yeah, it's a lot.
Now, we know that you've got a podcast on the horizon as well. So you're really reaching out and trying to touch a lot of people. Tell us about this podcast. When can we expect it and what's going to be on it?
So it's going to be either, a podcast and a book.
Wow.
So yeah, two things. It's do you know what it is? Is I think the message and what I have to say, aside from the comedy, there's so many people whose voices are unheard, and I want to be able to give them a voice. I want to be able to have light-hearted humor. The podcast, as soon as we can get somebody to, donate the money, because, that's always the biggest thing. They get it up and running, because Povels can't run podcasts on their own. So yeah, as soon as I got somebody who can back us and, understands the vision and what I want from it. And the book will be essentially a Povels guide to life. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to sort of sharing the message further.
Listen, us Povos will definitely welcome the Povo podcast and your life hack as well on how to live a Povo life. I wonder, Shahbaz, do you get backlash for your posts, particularly from, the people that you make fun of?
I think, sometimes I get some backlash. Some people have issue with me poking fun, and there's a weird divide. So some people get the humor, some people don't get the humor, and then there's some people that are like, "Why are you criticizing me?" But the vast majority, I'm not going to lie to you, is so supportive. The vast majority of people are just so comfortable with it or happy with it, and even the people whose videos I poke fun at, they laugh along. If you look at my comment section, they're in there taking the mick with me. So it's kind of fun.
Is it a badge of honor to be made fun of or to be parodied by you?
I think so, yeah. I think so. I think it's become one of those things where people are like, I can't wait to get, be on I'm Rich, You're Poor with Shahbaz Says. So I don't know.
Shahbaz, thank you again so much for being with us.
No, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.